Hi lovers, hi, how are you guys doing? Helma Daniel here. Welcome to my channel. If you are not coming across us for the very first time, please do subscribe, join the team, and watch the rest of the videos. If you are a returning subscriber, well, thank you for your support. We highly appreciate it. Guys, today I want to speak about something. I don't know whether it was this month or last month. We are speaking about Owamie. Today we are speaking about Owamie. For those that don't know who Owamie is, she is a South African YouTuber. I've been following her content for a while now, for years. I've been listening to her. I remember the first time that I came across her, I had to unfollow her because she was saying things that couldn't make sense to me, and then later on I fell in love with her content. She's having a mixture of different contents. There are those ones that you just have to choose. There are those ones where you're gonna watch and you're like, I'm learning something. There are those ones where you're gonna watch and you're like, oh, no man, but at the end of the day, the information that we can consume, we can select what to take from somebody that is productive and what not to take from somebody that is not productive. Okay, but that is Owamie. She's a YouTuber. She's an award-winning YouTuber, and in general, you can learn a thing or two from her. So you might want to get yourself to her channel, more especially when it comes to relationships. The time that she was divorcing, the content she shared, if you listen with an open ear without judging, you can learn quite a lot from her. I've learned a few things from her just by listening to. Those are the contents that really, some of them got me, glued to her. So I can send you there. Listen to her, you might pick up a thing or two. The reason why we are talking about Owamie today, is because last month or this month, I cannot remember, there was a time that she shared a story in different parts of being a rich parents orphan. Or what did she share? I cannot remember how she titled her videos, but it's in that manner, being an orphan of the rich parents, or I don't know, in that manner. Her parents, her mother have passed on, and the father, I think the father had two wives. The father had two wives, and in a way, she does not really talk much about the other women and her kids, but she speaks mostly about her siblings. So when her mother passed on, the father, looks like the father haven't really been supportive. So for maybe some reasons, I don't know, she have really said quite a lot of things, but I don't think there is any reason that can make us cut our kids off completely, that we do not give them the support, more especially if it's for their future to become, better futures. She have spoken about her mother passing on. I don't know whether her mother was a nurse and the father was a principal or a teacher, or if the mother was also a teacher. I think the mother was a nurse man, under correction. So the mother ended up passing on, and she was very young. Now she was left with these three siblings, and in her journey now, she had to take care of these three siblings. But the father haven't been supportive. Currently, as we speak, she has been sharing more on an ongoing court case of her trying to get her father, through maintenance, maintain her child. In a way, maintain her child. One of her child that is going to school, like to university, and just to ask for the father to support the child. She have really quite given a story that she have given, and I've listened to it, but I just want to take one more important thing. This is first of all, I'm going to speak to men, and secondly, I'm going to speak to women. Men of this generation, let me tell you one thing. Please support your children. It is unacceptable when you give birth to children and you have money, but you are not supporting the children. Support the children. Be a father. It takes so much to be a father. Not only money, but it takes so much to be a father. Your time is very important to these children. Your advices, your teachings, your guidance through this life thing. It's like a child is born into the world. You have walked this journey that they did not work. They need somebody to guide them accordingly in this life. And no one can do it better than you, the parents. Being it the parents who have walked this journey, being it that you are the most people that cares and loves that cares for these children and love these children's name. The other thing that I want to tell you is that pay for your children's school. Education is the key. Open for them businesses if you can. Leave for them assets, so that they can, it's easier for them to move forward. Not like for when we have to start, our parents had to start from scratch. We are starting from scratch. Let us leave them something. If you are fortunate enough to, have something, look after your children. Let me tell you one thing where the danger is. You are going to grow old. When you grow old, you will need these children to look after you. When you are 80, when you are 100, you are unable to look after yourself. You are unable to, look after yourself. You are in the 90s, you are approaching your hundreds. There, you will need assistance. Just like a small baby needs the parents, you as an elder, you are going to need people to look after you. And these people are none other than your children. And you do not know, one thing about life is that when you give birth to different children, you do not know who is going to be successful and who is going to be in a position of looking after you. The ones that you might love the most might turn out not okay, and the ones that you do not love the most might turn out good and be in a position to look after you. But if you don't give them these teachings, and if you don't create relationships, you are going to make it very difficult for yourself in old age. Let's hope I've given you guys general advice. I did not attach this to Owamie's father. I am giving it to men in general. Irregardless, also forgive one another of sins. Irregardless of what you think the children have done that is not right, correct them, teach them properly, and guide them accordingly. They are your children's. Guide them accordingly. You don't throw them away. You do not at all throw them away, and you do not separate them. You do not put them in a situation where you say, you choose whether you are going to here or you are coming to me. You choose whether you are here or you are there. No, unite children's, okay? Unite children's. That is your responsibility, so that when you are not here tomorrow, they have each other, like when they have each other now, because their mother is not here, which is really, really a good job. And I should say, well done, Owamie. That is actually a very good example of an elderly sister that you are passing on to the generations, that once your sibling, once your parents are not here and you are an elder, please, let us step in just to look after our siblings and take care of them, because we don't have parents. We understand it's not your responsibility, but unfortunately it's such a good example for an elderly sibling. Let me speak to now women. Women, when we are choosing, I don't even want to say when we are choosing men, because this is a whole principle. A whole principle back in those days was a person with money. This is a whole businessman. This is a whole successful, this is a rich man. If we are talking about a person with complexes, like the ShopRite complexes, those complexes, and that is a person that have money. So let me not even come here and say choose wisely. Because choosing wisely is not just about careers. Choosing wisely have got a lot to do with leadership. But for you to be a principal, you are already in a leadership position. So that's a leader. So let me not even talk about choosing wisely. I'm not going there. I'm not going there, because I don't think this woman did not choose wisely. No. And I'm not even going to go the setup of their relationship. No, I'm not interested. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to say this as women. And I'm not going to speak to women in marriages of 2-3 women. No, I'm just going to say as a woman in marriage. Ne? I'm just going to talk about that. Ne? As a woman in marriage, let me tell you one thing. Ne? First of all, as a woman in marriage, first of all, I would say that when you are working, when you are in life today, think about your children. Think when you die, normalize having discussions around death with your loved ones. Let us stop thinking death is a taboo and start addressing it as part of us. Because one day, all of us are going to be dead. We are not going to be here forever. Let us normalize having these discussions that when my time comes, this is it. Let us normalize having these discussions with our husbands or with our partners. Let us normalize having these discussions with the father of our children's name. Let us normalize having discussions around death. Name. Let us prepare for death. And we are going to prepare for it this way. First of all, before I conclude with preparing, let me give you a little bit of advice. Name. Even when you are in a marriage and your husband have other children out there, that's just an example. Name. Do not help them not support their children's name. Allow them to be fathers, allow them to be supportive to their kids, allow them to take care of their children's. I am not, however, asking you to step up, because I've realized that most of us women are doing things the wrong way. I see people walking around giving their husbands cards to swipe. I see them putting a face, giving them money to pay. No, swipe. Go in the shop and pay. If it's your money, swipe. However, I am not going to ask you to be a father, a man on behalf of your husbands. No. Your husbands must be parents willingly on their own. And I'm going to ask you to pay attention. Observe how those husbands are treating those children. Then you're going to have an answer of, if I die, unfortunately, from what I am seeing, then you know, are my kids safe or are they not safe? Now, when you observe and you say that if I pass on here, my kids are not safe, let us go back to preparing for death. Name. Learn to leave wills behind. Learn to, have those discussions on trusts, for the children until when they, grow old enough and then they can handle their own funds. Learn to put in strict guidance around your funds, so that when you are not here tomorrow, your kids won't suffer. You can put a guidance, what do you call guardians? You can put guardians there that they are trustworthy. A guardian doesn't need to be your husband or the father of your children, depending on the fact that you do not trust them. You can choose any of your trusted friend or family member or anybody that nobody can be trusted 100%, but that you trust completely, that you can go like, okay, in the years that I've been with this person for years, this person reasons like this person's heart is pure, this person, when there are situations relating to money, this person is fair, this person, we all know that, if I leave this person with my child and my assets, if I die, my things are not going to be messed up. But there are those ones that you die tomorrow and then they just want to get rid of everything. They want to sell your things. But they're just those people that you go like, okay, if I leave my things here, they're going to be taken care of, If I leave my things here, they're going to be shared with their generation, the next generation. They're going to benefit the people that needs help, Learn to educate yourself on those wills, on those trust funds or trusts. Learn to educate yourself and learn to put things in paper. Learn to write wills, so that when your children are not here, your pensions are not going to be scattered, eaten up by people, and your children are suffering. Another thing is that while you are alive, you can tell the type of a husband that your man is. If that husband of yours is not taking care of children while you are still alive, learn to go for maintenance. Learn to go for maintenance. You can even take your husband for maintenance, guys. If you know you are with your husband, he gets paid a lot of money. Let's say, for example, he gets paid 20,000 or 30,000 per month, for example, and he's not supporting the children, and you can see that you are alone and he just goes drinking up the money. I'm not saying this is that man's situation. No. I am saying if you are seeing that if I leave, my kids are not going to be taken care of. Take the person for maintenance. Let him maintain the children so that when you are gone from here, you are not going to put children in a position where they have to fight their fathers or where they have to fight their mothers. I don't think that is a good thing, guys. In all honesty, I don't think it's easy on Owamie as a child to fight her father. I don't think that is what she wants, but she does not have a choice. Number one, she matured way too fast. Number two, she's given responsibilities that are not hers to begin with, and worse. It would have been different if the father didn't have a job or the father is unable to provide. Worse, the father is out there enjoying his life like he does not have children. But he has money. This child needs to grow up and build her life and her future with her life and move on with her children in future and build for her own kids as well in future, should she want to have kids in future, So really, honestly, I don't think it is wise for us to put our children in a position where they have to be begging for money. Please give me money to go to school. That is so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's so unacceptable. Ne? It's so unacceptable. Ne? You are putting kids through unnecessary traumas. And we understand, respect your parents. But so are we parents. There's a verse, I wish I would have printed that verse on us as parents. We must, is it respect our children, or we must not provoke our children, or there's a verse in that line. I came across it one time. I didn't capture it in my brain as it is completely, but there is a verse there. We must not walk around using the Bible of God to manipulate children when we are doing wrong things. Ne? As a father, you should provide. This thing of your child begging you, and you are even having money to be paying lawyers, but you don't have money to simply just take out and give your children to go to school, to pay for school, guys. No. I don't think this is right, men. I'm going to speak to you as men to say this is not right. As women, I am going to talk to you and tell you, guys, a marriage and a relationship, more especially a marriage, because this was a married woman, it opens us to knowing our partners better. Ne? In all honesty, in years of being together, you as a woman, a wise woman, knows what she's dealing with. You know your husband in, out. And as a woman, you must be honest and say no. If I am with a husband that is not helping me with activities of the house, and he's not coming to show me that he's a supportive father, net with the children, I will pick up. In years, I already know what am I dealing with. Now, if you have a job, this is it. I will tell you straight, unfortunately, baby, you have a weakness. Communicate. Nobody is perfect. You have a weakness, and I'm picking up that you and money. No. Ne? So due to this fact, I am scared that if I die today, you are unable to look after the children. So unfortunately, because you are not supporting, I will have to put in support. That support comes to me and then I will see how well I can, save up that money or look after that money for the children or grow in future. Or I can simply tell you that, okay, fine, I see that you are lacking here. Please give me, let us do a stop order to my account. When you get paid, then you give me a stop order of this much money. The rest of the money, stay with it, look after your other children. If you that men have other children, look after the other children. Take money for your maintenance, your social entertainment life, and give me money. Ne? Just make a transfer. No, every month stop order comes. If that stop order comes on time, not a problem. If it's not coming, my dear, take the person for maintenance, the person who understands that unfortunately I'm taking you for this maintenance. I just need this amount of money. It's still coming to the house, so that if I die, kids don't have to suffer. And also have open conversations and speak. If we die today, are you able to look after these children? Speak, have conversations around, or should I prepare them for somebody else to go and raise them? Also, you yourself, be honest. The man that you have in your life, is this a father? Is this a father figure in your absence? Some of the things you might not, there are some that are fortunate enough to pick up patterns on people. There are people that you can meet like this and then they can change. There are those ones that do not change, and there are those ones that God will just bless you and then you go with them until old age, and then until you send your children to marriages, and when God comes for you, your job as a parent is done. But life is not as straightforward. You just never know when God is going to say, come, my child. So let us learn to have discussions around death with our loved ones, and let us prepare ourselves accordingly. Let us also speak to these men to support children while we are alive. Don't just say, I am a teacher, I am a nurse, I am a what I can afford. Ne? I will just be doing things alone. If you start doing things alone while your partner is getting money, but this partner is not coming to the table to support, you are going to be dead one day. And if this person does not or is not used to responsibilities, this person will fail the kids terribly when you are not here. Ne? So let us learn to put things in order. Let us try our level best to prepare our home. Prepare your home, because one of the good days you are going to die. Ne? And we do not know the hour, we do not know when. So prepare the home, prepare your finances so that your children are taken care of in your absence. Ne? Leave some money for them. No, leave stuff for them. Put trusted guardians there. A guardian doesn't need to be your husband. Ne? And also learn to marry out of community of property. Now, because you are marrying in community of property, you die here, what is yours is your husband's. Now your kids are just suffering because you are gone. What is yours is your husband's. You left everything for the husband. Now the kids are just suffering. In community of property, it's a trap. Don't fall for it. It does not mean that you do not love each other. You love each other. The aim is for you two adults to come together, and then you must build the future for your children. So let us speak about these things as often as we can. Let us normalize talking about death, so that when we are not here, our children don't need to suffer. Honestly, in all honesty, I don't think and I don't believe it is fair for a child to be fighting the father. We all need our fathers in life, but we cannot be fighting our fathers to support the kids. No, I don't think that is a good position to be in. It's emotionally draining. You can be fighting people in the world, but not your father, guys. No, not your father. I don't think that is a fair one. That is too much weight on a child. And for her to do that, she's very bold. And I want to say she's right. She is 100% right. Please support your kids. We can leave you, but until when? You are emotionally draining the child. You are financially draining the child. The child wants to move on with their life, but she cannot because she have to support the child. But the person is big, cosmetics, what things that you need in school and books and what guys. No. Let us do better as men. I think we are not doing better, and I have to tell you really honestly, let us do better. That is my comment on the story that I saw on Owamie, and really there's so much education that needs to be learned through that whole situation. Being it for us mothers, let us be honest, guys. When we are in love, let us be honest. Let us be observant. As a wife, my husband's job is to learn and to know what he is dealing with, so that he knows perfectly well that this woman, if I die tomorrow, are these children's, this one that I've made with her, are they safe? For me as a wife, it is my job to be very observant and to observe this man that I've married, that got married, that married me. If we are to, die tomorrow, or if he is to die tomorrow, what then happens to the children's? What did I say? If, yeah, you die. If I die tomorrow, what then happens to my children's? Is he able, is he capable of taking care of the children's? Is he capable of taking care of their finances? Or are my kids going to suffer? If you observe thoroughly, be very honest. These are not jokes. These are very, very serious situations. If not, then your kids are going to grow up with trauma. If no, then you sit then and say, let me put things in order, so that these kids, can be raised properly. But also have discussions to say that if you find that you are unable to cope, please take my kids to my family. Give my kids to my family. I trust them very, very well to raise my children. Take them there. Name. And then the kids can get a proper education. Kids can get proper education of life, proper family, proper love, no abuse, and then kids can grow up the best way, proper support, and the money won't be messed up with. And then the kids can, when you need your kids, you can always have them for holidays, or you can always visit them. You are more than welcome. But unfortunately, honesty is better than you saying, I am a man, I can handle it. That's why you find that most of the time when women ties, most of the families, women from the women's side, they come and they say, no, the children are too young. Can we take them so that we go raise them? Are you able to look after the kids alone? The men now have to be honest enough and say, no, I am either not emotionally ready, I am not ready. And then you go like, okay, not a problem. Then we have to, get the children and then we go raise them. But they also keep in touch with the father. It's so understanding. Me coming from me being a woman and a mother, I understand. I understand where these people are coming from. Okay. That's it from me, Hilma Daniel. I will see you guys in my next video. Well, do let me know, what do you think about this whole situation where children have to fight their parents to support them, and parents eating up pensions without assisting children's anything? You eat your pension, you eat your wife's pension, you do not support the children's. What do you think about this whole situation? I think it's really, really messed up, and we all need to learn something from it. Being it us as wives, we have a duty to play, to prepare ourselves. Being it as men, we have so much work to do and honesty to do, to prepare ourselves. Where you cannot do it, we understand men are not wired as us women. As women, we can hang on and raise children without the fathers. If they're not here, they are no more. But for men, it might be difficult. That's why you find that most of the time when a woman passes away, we say a man normally gets a helper. He tries to get another woman to come to the house to help him because he might not cope alone. Ne? That is how it has been. That is how we grew up seeing. Ne? So where you know that you cannot, just be honest enough and say, no, I cannot, unfortunately. Speak to your mother-in-law and say that, Mommy, please take the children's. My wife is not here and I do not want to fail the children's. My wife, if we left some wills behind, if we left some money, I will be sending money for my children's. When I miss them, I'll come and visit them. Okay? Let us do whatever we can so that we make sure that our children's do not grow up with traumas. You know, they are going to thank you. You did not neglect them once. Visit them. Visit them as they grow. Have conversations with them. Mommy is not here. Unfortunately, Daddy is here. I was not unable to give you them the proper support, or because of ABC or reasonings. Kids will understand. I gave you to Mommy because I trust Mommy to take care of you. And me and your mother, we have prepared some funds for you so that you can be taken care of by Mommy the best way. And you can also have statements to see how kids are being, supported. You can always go to school and see how kids are being paid school fees for. You can always monitor. You can always monitor the situation. But the thing is, kids must be taken care of. That is it from me. Let me not even make it longer. But let us be honest, guys. Let us be honest. We are all just walking this life thing for the very first time. Nobody have ever walked it before. Nobody have ever been a parent and we are doing it for the second time or the third time. We just found ourselves here. So we are all just trying to make this thing work one way or another. And no one is perfect. So it is okay for us to say, I am not perfect, but I want what's best for my children. That's it from me, Hilma Daniel. I will see you guys in my next video. Okay.